Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rasan427, and actually today what I'm actually going to be doing is my Backlash 2023 preview and predictions video. And these are predictions that I actually have for the Backlash pay-per-view actually coming up. And this is a pay-per-view that could be really great, or it could be a really, I wouldn't say, I don't think this pay-per-view can be bad, but I think it could be a very great one that we remember, and it could be a very forgettable one. It's just the way that they book the matches. That'll actually be the case for this actual pay-per-view. And actually, you know, this is a Raw SmackDown, of course. Both brands will be here May 6, 2023, this Saturday, in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I can't really name the venue. I don't know how to actually pronounce that, but this is the first time to be in Puerto Rico since New Year's Revolution. What was it, 2005, I believe? And Triple H actually won the Elimination Chamber, so the first time actually being there. But let's jump right into the predictions. And the first match I actually want to start off with, the most interesting match on the show, is Seth Rollins versus Omos. Now, this is something that literally had no build. It still doesn't have a build. I mean, them talking inside the ring is not a build. We'll see what they do this upcoming Monday during the draft. I don't really think it'll be no build because it's all about the draft, so I doubt they really can build to it. But I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, I'm going with Seth Rollins to win this match. I mean, every Omos match that's happened is like they put him in big matches, but he loses every last one of them, and that's just been the reality of it. So I mean, it's very interesting to see why they actually did this. I mean, maybe it'll become clearer this Monday, or like during this match, or maybe the Monday after it'll become clear why they actually did this. I really don't know why. Some people believe that it's just for Omos to beat Seth Rollins, to build him up. I just don't see that, since Seth Rollins has to be the one to win the World Championship. So I see Seth Rollins picking up this victory and Omos just taking another L inside match. I just don't really get it, but that is what it is. I mean, they act like they build. It's like they half pushing Omos. They put him in big matches, but he lose every last one of them, to be honest. And the next match I actually want to talk about is actually a triple threat match: Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley versus Bronson Reed. Now, for this, I thought they were going to do Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed at the pay-per-view. I mean, I guess it makes sense for Austin Theory to be added to it. I mean, they wouldn't have no mid-card championship defenders. It don't seem like Gunther is going to be defended on this pay-per-view. So I guess just add Austin Theory into it. But it was really Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. So it seemed like they might be on two different brands after the draft, since Bobby Lashley was drafted to SmackDown. But I really don't see a title change of hands. I do see Austin Theory going to SmackDown, but I don't see them taking the title off Austin Theory, especially him just coming off the win over John Cena. I don't see them taking the title off yet until like SummerSlam or something like that. So I see Austin Theory actually retaining the championship tonight. I think this has the potential to be a great match. I mean, Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley had a pretty good match on Raw. I think all three of these guys are great. I think Bronson Reed has a huge future. They just have to book him right and book him well, which they have over the past number of weeks. I will say that he's been booked pretty well over the past number of weeks. Austin Theory is great. He just came to with John Cena, and of course Bobby Lashley. It's fantastic. I think this has the potential to be a great match, but I'm going with Austin Theory picking up the victory inside this match. Next match I want to talk about is Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And you know, for this, the only reason they put Zelina Vega inside this match because they did it in Puerto Rico. That was the only reason why. Some people don't like that. I'm okay with it because I understand why they're doing this. So I'm perfectly fine with it. And they've been feuding with the LWO. The what's it called? The Judgment Day has feuded with them. So it kind of makes sense, even though Zelina Vega hasn't done anything to earn the championship match. But I think this would be a pretty good match as well. I mean, Zelina Vega hasn't really... This is probably the biggest match she's ever been in. I don't remember her being inside any big match, to be honest, up until this point. She's only really been a manager and stuff like that. But I definitely have Rhea Ripley pick up that victory. I don't see them taking the title off. She just won that Mania. Don't see them taking the title off her at all. I just don't see it. I see Rhea Ripley retaining. And for Zelina Vega, just get this big match in Puerto Rico. I feel like that would be enough right there for her actually doing that. And I think that would be a pretty good match as well. And next up, I'm actually going to go with the Bianca BelAir versus Iyo Sky match. Now, a lot of people are saying Iyo Sky should win ever since Bianca BelAir got drafted to SmackDown. But then Damage Control got drafted as well, so it's kind of like, what do you do? But to be honest, if Damage Control got drafted to Raw, I just don't see them taking the title off Bianca BelAir. Especially with this long title reign, I see them taking it off her. I mean, I think the next pay-per-view that they can take it off her is SummerSlam. I don't see her dropping it at all, especially to Iyo Sky. Now, some people were saying that Iyo Sky should win it, split up from Damage Control, and go to Monday Night Raw. Now, can she survive on Monday? I think she's great enough to do it, but it's just the way they have to book her to actually do it, and for her to actually keep going, I just don't see her surviving that for that long on Monday Night Raw by herself with the championship. I just don't see it. But that's just my personal opinion. I definitely want to see guys comments and thoughts inside the comment section below. I see Bianca BelAir picking up the victory. I don't see Iyo Sky picking up the victory inside this match. If they wanted to take a title off Bianca BelAir, they would have did that at Mania with Asuka, who's a way bigger star, way more popular than Iyo Sky. So it's just like you just have Asuka lose, who needed it way more. They just drop it to Iyo Sky. I just don't see that, especially with them both being on the same brand. I see them title swapping or doing some type of way where she becomes a SmackDown Women's Champion and she's not the Raw Women's Champion. They're going to do something weird like that. But yeah, Bianca BelAir is retaining at this pay-per-view for sure, to me personally. That's what I actually think. Let's get to the 6-man tag team match. Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline. Now, this is tough. This is tricky. Now, I assumed that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would be losing on SmackDown, but they actually didn't. I don't know if they're going to Saudi Arabia or not. We just have to say about that. Nobody actually knows for sure. Some people are saying that just don't have the titles defended, which doesn't make sense in Night of Champions. So most people are under the impression that they still don't want to go there. So we just have to see about that. But with them actually dropping the titles, I assumed that the Bloodline will be losing this match. But since they've lost on SmackDown that big match, I mean, who could win? I mean, I would want Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn to win because Bloodline win every single match. I don't feel like the Bloodline actually needs it more, but I mean, this can go either way. I'm gonna go with Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. This is what I'm gonna go with. I wouldn't be surprised if Bloodline won. To be honest, they win every single match. I mean, they're protecting Solo Sikoa. I mean, they're protecting him better than anybody on the roster. I mean, they definitely see a push of him inside the future. But I'm gonna go with Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, but I would not be surprised if Bloodline won. This can go either way, just to me personally. This can go either way. Next match. Now, we don't know what's going to be the main event, but I'm just going to talk about the Bad Bunny and Damian Priest match up next. And this is a San Juan street fight. I think this would be a great match. They definitely been planning this match. See, what something that I heard with Logan Paul and Bad Bunny matches, that they plan it accordingly, like literally step by step by step. That's why their match is so great, because it's so choreographed. But I think this would be a great match. Do I think this is a main event over Cody and Brock? No. I think there's a chance that it could very well main event. I don't think it actually should, but we'll actually see what they actually do at the pay-per-view. But the Bad Bunny is definitely picking up the victory. I think it's pretty obvious. I definitely see Rey Mysterio and Dominic get involved in such a match. We all assume, I was hearing from everybody, it's going to be a tag team match. I thought it was going to be a tag, because it seemed like they were just setting up for a tag team match, because it's just like they were all involved in it, especially setting up at Mania with the Rey and Dominic match. And I don't know if Rey and Dominic are going to have a match at the show, a rematch. I don't know what they're doing with that, because it seems like that feud is nowhere near over. It seems like that. But I think Rey Mysterio will be in Bad Bunny's corner and Dominic Mysterio will be in Damian Priest's corner. That's just what I think will happen inside this match. And they'll do it like that to continue the feud or to end the feud. So we'll just actually have to see about that. But final match I want to talk about, which, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a main event, either the Bad Bunny match or the Cody Rhodes match. But Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar could win this match. He could, and they could prolong this. I don't think they should do that. I think Cody should just pick up the victory inside this match, especially if, I mean, I assume, I mean, okay, so if they're doing a tournament, 8-man tournament on Monday Night Raw, which I know they're going to add the SmackDown superstars, but, I mean, Cody Rhodes is just too popular to not put in the tournament. Now, some people believe that he should get to the finals of the tournament and then lose. I don't know if they should do that, if they should have him losing like that, but we'll just actually see about that. But I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes picking up the victory. I don't think they need to prolong this feud, because first of all, I don't think this match is going longer than 10 minutes, to be honest. So that's just what I believe. Brock Lesnar hasn't had a 10-minute match, and I can't remember how long. I mean, he's probably had, in the last, 4 years, he probably had, 1 or 2 matches that went longer than 10 minutes. So I don't see this match going long at all. I think this will be a great match, because Brock Lesnar can perform at a high level when he actually wants to. Because that last Roman Reigns match, the last Man Standing match, which I wasn't interested in at all, that was a great match. That's me be honest, that was a great match. But we'll actually have to see about what the quality of this match will be. But I definitely see Cody Rhodes picking up the victory and coming out on top. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. I mean, Triple H has not put on a bad pay-per-view since he took over. I believe it was around like SummerSlam was like his very first show or something like that. He has not put on a bad pay-per-view. They all been great, to be honest. Every last pay-per-view has been great. This is one of the best WrestleManias that we actually just got in recent memory. So I think this has the potential to be a great show. And just the way they actually book it, I don't see any titles changing hands or anything huge happening just because Roman isn't on the show. You don't have any world championships. But hopefully coming up in the future, we can have really stakes to actually all these pay-per-views. Because you can still have a great pay-per-view because the Extreme Rules was great. And, you know, Survivor Series is great even though they didn't have anything defended. But we actually have to see about what actually is coming up inside the future for WWE. But I think this is going to be a great show. I have faith in this show. I have faith in Triple H to see what show he's actually going to put on and what he's going to do for San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I think this has the potential to be a great card. There are some weird matches and some put together matches that kind of don't make sense, but they've always done stuff like that. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think? What are your predictions for Backlash 2023? What do you think will happen on the show? Do you think titles will change hands on the show? I don't really think so. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.